Hello and welcome to the 99th Monkey News, formerly known as the 50-cent tour of the day. Today is Tuesday, October 15th, 2013, and it's been kind of a strange day. And frankly, I have a lot of questions myself about what is going to happen. I just running in the back of my mind all the time. I think I'm constantly processing in my subconscious what's going to happen. How is all this going to turn out? And because that question is running in my subconscious, obviously I don't have the answer. So today I'm not going to comment a whole lot. I'm just going to put some things out there. This is one of the things that I read on a weekly basis to try to get a sense of what might be happening. And in case you are unaware, there are people called white hats, good guys within government, and they seem pretty confident most of the time that they are going to be able to turn things around and restore the republic. Now, they're not out in the open. Information comes from them to us through people like Benjamin Fulford and some others. And it's all very shadowy, very cryptic. It's difficult to determine what is really going to happen. But as I said, the good guys seem very confident that they're going to win. Of course, Obama seems very confident that he is going to maintain the status quo and make it even worse. Who's telling the truth? What's going to happen? Like I said, that is the $100,000 question. It's actually worth more than that. I wish I knew. I believe that it's important to bathe everything in prayer and continue to ask God to restore liberty and justice in our nation. This is another voice that I listen to, so to speak. It's not really a voice, it's written, but Zap and Poofness Update. And this is an update that comes out every week. Benjamin Fulford's is a paid blog, but this one is free and you can find it in different places. I don't invest really emotionally in these blogs because they very often say things like it's going to happen this week, it's going to happen this fall, it's going to happen, that the good guys are going to win, they're just about to win, it's going to be announced pretty soon. I hope that's true, and I hope they feel that way. And it's important, I believe, for us to be faithful, to continue to pray, continue to hope, and to just continue in our little corners of the world to let people know to the degree that we're able how we have been exploited and deceived and taken advantage of, and that we don't have to. The status quo doesn't have to continue. Throughout history, things changed. The wall came down between East and West Germany, and changes do occur. So we can certainly have that hope, and the people like the veterans in Washington, D.C. expressing the righteousness of the people, a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. When we have government of the people, by the people, and for the people are not denied access to things for which they have already paid, like the monuments. So where is this all going? I hope that Benjamin Fulford and Zap and Poofness are right. RT has a video. Senate leaders hint at Looming to end shutdown, raise debt ceiling. From what I understand, and I've pieced this together through talking with my husband, who is able to sometimes see this picture pretty well, that some patterns do seem to develop. And one thing that seems to be happening, there are different opinions about this. The people who are white hats seem to be saying that the best thing that can happen is that this kind of a deal does not happen, and that the corporation, the U.S. corporation, is forced to acknowledge bankruptcy, and from that point on, the U.S. corporation has no more money, and the U.S. Republic, the constitutional republic, can fill the void left by the bankrupt U.S. corporation. I believe that is what the White Hats are believing will happen. And so watching this drama play out, it's really difficult to know who to root for, because our tendency is to want to get things back to normal. But in order to really have restoration, we probably will have to go through some times that do not have any semblance of normal, and then we can start to have restoration. That is one of the great reasons for having some extra supplies around, and maybe even being prepared to help your neighbors out with some beans, rice, whatever. CBS News reports Obama stated not raising debt ceiling will create new Republican default tax. So see, this is where this camp. This camp is still being very aggressive and threatening and making a lot of noise, trying to blame all the problems on the Tea Party. And I do find this interesting. I just came to this article from the Drudge Report, but just scanning this at CBS, it looks like there's some real news articles here, possibly. Impeachable offense, appease Tea Party. Of course, that's probably a blame game. But just it's interesting that CBS is presenting some of these ideas. And Benjamin Fulford had told us a long time ago, months ago, that the mainstream media would begin to report part of what is really going on, so that people can begin to have an understanding before a significant change comes. Just as a point of interest from the Universal Seduction, Obama's war on journalists and whistleblowers. Just as an example of how much things are heating up. The generals were fired. Those 5 generals I mentioned yesterday. Whistleblowers are being gone after. Reporters are dying in fiery car crashes. There are just all kinds of strange things going on. You can just kind of sense that there's something going on under the surface. And I have not yet read this article. I plan to, and I plan to listen to the Dutchsinse. I think it was a Dutchsinse video. I'm going to enjoy it. I think it'll be entertaining. I don't know how much I'll learn, but I just put it here, this article, because what I even mentioned yesterday about not being fooled. I think this might be a good object lesson. And like I said, I have not yet read the article or watched the video, but it will probably be something that most of us would find valuable, if nothing else, at least for entertainment. Here, End the Lie, grocery store smart shelves will target consumers in real time based on their facial features. So I guess we'll all be having to wear anonymous masks when we go to the grocery store, eh? This is pretty wild idea, and I have some other articles here pertaining to privacy. Conscious Life News reports Brazil to build its own email system to avoid NSA spying. So it's great to know that in some places there is an effort to release people from the tyranny of the NSA. And why should people in Brazil be spied on by the NSA? When you think about it, it's completely absurd. The NSA, Brazil, other countries, sovereign nations, completely outside the reach of the NSA. And The Lie has another article, NSA harvesting hundreds of millions of personal email contact lists. And another article about the NSA from Washington's blog. NSA spying did not result in a single foiled terrorist plot. So it's not about protecting us. I think we all are aware of that. And this is a debunking government's justification for mass surveillance. No stopped terrorist plots. So we've been lied to and manipulated on so many levels. I'm ready to have it stop. How about you? I hope that people like Benjamin Fulford and Zapp are correct, that the white hats are winning the battle, and that we're going to have a constitutional republic restored. And even if we do, we're going to have a lot of work to do to weed out all these tentacles that have wormed their way into every aspect of our lives. Natural News reports research shows marijuana can be effectively used to treat multiple sclerosis. And that is indeed our good news for the day, and it truly is good news. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Thank you for joining us for today's presentation of the news. Hoping that you will love one another, take care, and insist on liberty.